So then I went by the golf course at the casino, and I saw the cow on the lawn. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Are you eating the golf course? No, 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 no. I was just a little hungry. But he's like, what are you going to do with the that purple power? Well, the purple power. We're trying to push things to the finish line. Oh, why purple? Well, because I like to wear purple. Oh, yeah, yeah. Have you ever seen a purple cow? No, 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 no. That's regular to be a purple cow. Uh, no, not good, especially when it's ground beef. Well, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want beef that's purple, would you? No, 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 no. That's just not top sirloin. No, sir, we couldn't do that. That's bull. Yeah, yeah. I can see that. Well, not everything has to be purple, but we're the purple power. I see that. Well, we're the cows. We like white and black, Cowzilla, Cadillac, Calculator, Cowabunga. Yeah, I've had enough of Cowabunga, Cowazuma. Yeah, can we just stop with the cow humor? It's just like I'm trying to relax a little bit. Well, it's just, we always do this stuff in the herd. Yeah, I'm not part of the herd. I'm trying to play some golf here. Uh, but I hope you get around her, Pelosi, because she's very powerful. I don't really care about her. That's the purpose of the purple power. We progress in our own accord. You don't run in a herd? No, we don't run in a herd. We're not cows. What's wrong with being a cow? Well, we have we're not put out to slaughter. Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Purple Power, and thank you for joining me on Evenings at LALATE every night at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, on a night in which there's a lot of stuff developing, and the stuff that's developing is Purple Power on social media. I've never seen anything like it. It is truly an avalanche, and if you've not subscribed to this channel, tonight's the one night to do it. Go to this front of the channel, subscribe. This is the fastest growing community. We're trying to reach 280,000 subscribers. Let's do it. Let's try to add a couple thousand people tonight. It's big night, and if you're not subscribed to this community, you need to tell your friends and your family. If they've not gotten their stimulus checks, if they've not gotten their hands on employment benefits, if they're wondering what's going on with their political parties and elected officials, tonight's the night to subscribe. So go to the first channel, subscribe, hit that alert button. Also like this video, because it's going to be the best video you're going to have to end the night. Purple Power has really gotten us so far in such a short period of time. I mean, it was less than 2 weeks ago in which I was basically having comments that said, the problem solvers introduced a bill, but Nancy rejected it. Here's the link to an article about how she rejected it. I'm like, I don't care what she says, but she rejected it. Well, who cares what she rejected? It's just rejected is not a procedural thing. It just means she doesn't like it. Oh. But she doesn't. She's not gonna agree to it. So no, we don't care what she does. Well, how can that happen? Well, because we're in a democracy, and we've progressed such an incredible way. And it's sad that one person had made us think that we had to be dependent upon her own wishes. In fact, she not only made the wishes of her own political party, but her wishes of the entire American people. We were told before Purple Power that unless we came up to exactly $2.4 trillion, not to come back to her. That was one of her reoccurring statements on the records. Don't come back to me unless you have $2.4 trillion. So what does that mean? We just die because we have no stimulus? We just sort of die unless we have exactly $2.4 trillion? Yes. I mean, she was not answering the phone, not coming to the door, not answering the door, not meeting with people, and then saying, don't come to me unless you have $2.4 trillion. Well, this is a democracy. No. If I don't like 2.4, what if I like 2.3.5? And that's where we were. Tonight, the progress is absolutely incredible as we are pushing in 3 collective fronts on social media. The focus has certainly been on Twitter. We can also do Facebook. And you can do Facebook the same way we're doing Twitter. Let me go over Twitter tonight. Twitter, there's 3 different pushes going underway. The first push is the support push. The push behind the problem solvers who wrote the bill. These are bipartisan Republicans and Democrats, Senate and the House. There's not a lot of them. There's less than 50 of them. You can do the entire push behind them with all 3 tweets because there's not a lot of problem solvers in the caucus of the problem solvers. They wrote the bill. They need to be told, put it to a floor vote. Put it to a floor vote. I got it, you wrote something. I got it, you appeared on CNBC. I got it, you appeared on Fox. I got it, you appeared on CNN. Put it to a vote. Put it to a vote. What are we afraid about? Put it to a vote. Put it on the floor, introduce on Monday, and put it to a vote. That's the first group. In that next group, next to, but on the same, in the same support, is the Blue Dog Democrats. They were the ones that wrote Nancy Pelosi a letter saying, hey, you need to do a stimulus package right now. You don't need all this other stuff. You just need the small stuff, checks and enhanced unemployment. Get it done. Well, they were supposed to follow up with a letter. They wrote a letter, and that was much of it. They were supposed to introduce a bill. Remember, they had drafted a bill. They were supposed to introduce it. Didn't introduce it. In fact, we never saw the draft. So there was a starting point of discussions, and then they sort of stopped. We need to push them and to support the problem solvers bill. Finally, the new Democratic coalition, that's the largest of these 3 groups. All Democrats, all House representatives, about 250 people. It takes a lot of tweets to tweet all these people, so you can't possibly tweet them in one tweet. They need to be told, listen, you need to do what everyone else is saying, which is a new bill, a new bipartisan bill, and a bill that's going to get approved, not just a bill that you're writing for. The focus is that congressional leaders, both Republicans and Democrats, Senate and House, have written and talked on the record over the last 7 days that we aren't doing what that other thing is doing. And that other thing is using the same position you've been using since July and just repeating it on paper. We're not doing that anymore. And so what they wrote in writing very clearly and defined was that it needs to be bipartisan, it needs to be new, and it needs to be small. And that's it. And bipartisan means that Republicans support it. It doesn't mean that, oh, I went and knocked on Mitch's door and he didn't answer. It doesn't mean that there's only one Republican. You don't need all the Republicans. Fully as we sit here tonight, we understand there's a group of crazy, crazy Republicans who don't want to give stimulus to anyone. We don't need their support. There are other Republicans who are moderates, who are in the problem solvers, who want to get this done. See how we focus on the positive? We focus on getting things to the finish line. We focus on getting things done. We don't focus on writing. Anyone can write a bill. Anyone can sit on a computer, write a bill, have a press conference, talk about how wonderful the bill is, slam the president, slam the Republicans, and say, goodbye, I'll see you in November. And that's what the plan is for Nancy Pelosi. On Monday, she's going to introduce a bill that's going to be too big, summarily rejected, something that will never pass, and she's going to use it as a way to blame other people. When she knew for a fact that it was never going to pass, and she knew for a fact it would never give law, and she knew for a fact that we would never get stimulus checks. How dare her? We need stimulus checks. I don't know what game she's playing, but we need stimulus checks. We need relief. We don't need you playing games. When you do something that people don't like, the net result is you don't stay the same position. Her position has been, I will stay the same position until you roll over and die or give me exactly what I want. Well, when you realize when you're not getting what you want, don't you realize it's not working? What she has been doing has not worked. It has not worked since May, June, July, August, September, October. How many weeks has she understood that what she's doing doesn't work? What we're doing is helping other people realize it as well. congressional leaders are never a safe bet. Races across the country that were once 10 points apart on the polls are now very narrow because they've not given a stimulus. And additionally, what's important to understand is that when this was a pitch earlier on, about a month ago, to flip the Senate from Republicans to Democrats because Republicans haven't given you a stimulus, well, now Democrats in the House are afraid to lose their seats because they have not given you a stimulus. Imagine going back in the middle of a pandemic. It's still going on, by the way, uh, to your constituents who have lost their businesses or are about to lose their businesses, are homeless or about to lose their home, have no money for food, no enhanced unemployment benefits, it's all been used up, and you say, hey, reelect me. What have you done? I did a energy bill and a tie bill. I got this thing where new ties are approved faster. How about my stimulus? It's their fault. But I really worked hard. What did you do? I worked hard. I worked really hard. No, it doesn't work. Americans are not stupid. And the presumption by a lot of people lately, before Purple Power, is that people are stupid. We're not stupid. What Purple Power did was it empowered people to understand the situation. Yeah, it was not normal for people to know that a bill has to go to the Senate and then the House and then signed by the president. It took a couple recordings of this channel for me to make that clear because people didn't know that. It was not clear to people that checks cannot land in your bank accounts within 24 hours of people voting on it. That was not inherently clear. They actually thought that was the situation. They thought they could get a check within 24 hours. That was also not clear. It was also not clear, even to me, that Congress just takes this many vacations. I thought maybe they're there for a few months at a time. I'm a little shocked that they go a week at a time and then there's another vacation. I'm still learning as I'm going along with this as well. It was a surprise to a lot of viewers that other people can write bills. And so when I detailed that wonderful representative from Washington State who said, I have 39 businesses that are about to go under. I'm not going to sit around because of Nancy Pelosi and have her to dictate my future. She actually said that in writing. I'm going to do my own bill to get them relief right now. It's that type of understanding the situation which has changed. And so as we go forward tonight, we understand as the Purple Power that we have the progress. So you need to be on social media with Twitter and pushing the envelope, retweeting this video, sharing this video on Facebook, tagging the problem solvers, tagging the Blue Dogs, and tagging the New Democrat Coalition. The next group you have to really push on, and I don't know to what extent this is going to really get their attention, I hope it does, is Mark Meadows, who has a Twitter account of about 200,000 followers, and Mnuchin's not that particularly big either. It's not going to be seen by the president, but you need to tweet Mnuchin and Meadows and say, hey, where's the executive order? Where's the executive order? Now, if there's anyone else that you think that's also good, like a campaign manager, someone else in the Trump administration that will see it, tweet it to them. No one that has 13 million followers, they're not going to see the tweet. You have to say, hey, send out the executive order for stimulus checks. What are we doing? As I've said, checks or check out. Checks or check out. Either you give us the checks or you check out because we're not voting for you. I mean, some of us were going to vote for you in the first place, but others are just really not going to vote for you now if you don't give them checks. I mean, you're just playing her card. You have a card, and the card is a way to go around her. The card with the president can use executive order. You can go around her, make her look, foolish, and get it done. Well, get it done then. Hasn't done it yet. Finally, the last group is the group that you really want to make uncomfortable. You want to make uncomfortable those Republicans and the senators, Republicans and Democrats who don't want to do anything and want to sit around and sit on their duff and ride it to the fall elections. You need to make it clear they're going to be gone. These people like AOC, who absolutely said on the record last week that Pelosi should stay at 4.3, or not 4.3, 3.4, that crazy number up there, stay at 3.4. But meantime, let's do a pot bill. You shouldn't be in elected office if you talk that way, because we're in the middle of a pandemic. People need relief. 3.4 is a number which no one is going to agree to. And people don't need a pot bill right now. They need stimulus relief. You more than anyone else would understand that. Service industry, bartenders have been laid off. Service industries are being shuttered across the country. People need relief. And so for you to sit back and say much of nothing, additionally for the Heroes Act, which didn't even have money for PPP, which is dramatically needed for businesses to survive the fall pandemic, didn't have money for EIDL loans. It's just really abhorrent. It really is. So there's bad Democrats, there's bad Republicans, and there's people who really just don't get it. And you can only push so much with them. But the focus of the Purple Power is staying positive. People aren't going to determine our future. People aren't going to determine our level of knowledge. We're going to learn together. You know, it's been now 5 months since this channel started, and during that time I've been able to really inform people about a lot of stuff. And a lot of stuff people learn very quickly. And on a daily basis I see the comments, and I see how something that I may have explained 24 hours ago, where people were very confused about it, now they fully understand it, and now their level of understanding has passed me, that they've actually brought it to a next level. That shows the power of the purple. The other power of the purple is where people try to help one another. And so they hear the information for this channel and they try to help one another. Whether that's a wonderful viewer who talked a few days ago, she saw one of my videos and said, oh, I heard you talking about grants for rent. I went and looked. I found grants for South Florida for senior citizens. I applied for myself and 4 of my friends. That was power, because she took the power of the purple, the power of the information of the channel. She brought it to her friends and got other people assistance as well. Coming up tomorrow morning is Mornings LALATE. If there was ever time to tune in, it's then. It's going to be a very big week next week. I hope you stay with me. I know a lot of you take off for certain days. I know the Jewish holidays are upon us, so a lot of you may not be watching videos over here and there until you come back on Monday or Tuesday, but stay informed. Stay with me. Don't leave me. If you missed a video, catch up. Go back and watch the video you may have watched, because there's so much going on. And I don't mean just sirloin. Go to this fellow's channel, subscribe, because this is the channel you want to be with, that's keeping you informed, keeping you motivated, keeping you focused. Also like this video. It's a great night. You're going to get through it. We're going to get through it together. Stay focused, stay positive. We don't care about what other people do, but we are still attentive to what they're doing in the sense of we know where we're to move next, and we're heading there right away. Stay tuned, and as always, stay with LA for more.